cap over the other cap. I should also have couple of the caps like this. So we will start over. It's done. I believe so. It is done. So, so are we born with wisdom or delusion? First question. We never think, are we born with a delusion or wisdom? After mental maturity, we claim we are mature enough. So let us see. Let us think, are we born with the delusion or wisdom? So the first question comes to our mind. Did we know when we would be born and when we would die? I don't know. So when I don't know means I'm ignorant. It means I do not know when I would be born and when I would die. But after I was born, I'm attached to the life. You start looking at the delusion from one point to the other. After all, I should be attached to the life. We should love your life. Don't love your life with an attachment, in a delusion. Are you getting it? Do you see that? So, our perception, our thought, our ideas, our imagination is full of hallucinations. And we claim, no, I'm not hallucinating. Even after mental maturity, we continue to hallucinate, and that is why we are living in delusion. Am I clear? You look at the beauty of the teachings. What will happen when I come to you and say to you that I love you? Did I plan to come to you to say you at a particular point in life that I love you? You will say I hate you. And I fall back again into delusion. Are you aware of this fact? My mind is running on autopilot all the time. Foolishness. Now, you all are wise, if you say this, but if I say this, then I'm foolish. No, so should we not love? It's a wrong argument. First, know what the love is and then love someone. Do you see that? We are born. We don't know when we would be born. It means when I don't know, I'm ignorant. When I'm ignorant, it means I'm born in delusion. Do you want to die in delusion? That is what our masters are talking about. We do not know the next moment what event is going to happen. Did I know that, for the last 2 weeks, I will have cold and the cough and the fever, etc.? Did I plan to have it? I did not plan to have it. So should I worry about it? No, I should take care of it. But I should not fall into delusion. I should have done this. I should not have done this. How many times you have not done and still you had a problem? I give always example that I marry to be happy. Then I divorce to be happy. But I don't realize happiness is neither in marriage nor in divorce. I never realize. So when I don't realize I'm in delusion, and the problem is, my friends, still we claim we know everything. Still we claim we know everything. Is it not a greater delusion? And if it is a greater delusion, awakening to that delusion is what our masters are talking about. Oh, look at the person, he's so crazy. She is so lazy. I hate that guy. I like that girl. Touch me not. I'm the best person in the world because you are in delusion. I need not to blame and complain and react to anyone in the world. Just live your life. Are you getting it? Christina is getting it. Our deluded mind sets the agenda every day for the delusion. I can bet you. No, 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 don't. I don't agree with you. You really? You don't agree with me. We are going deeper. Understand that. We have already understood what is delusion, what is all that. So now we are going little deeper at the subtler layers of the mind and how we set the agenda for the delusion every day. I have to talk to that guy, because I had some problem with this. And then, my honey is not listening to me. I will try to make him or her listen to me. Okay. And then I have to go there. And then, that guy is crazy. It is better not to talk. The whole day I set an agenda for this. I don't want to keep my mind free. Are you understanding? This is what is happening to our life, and we are thinking that I will awaken to myself. It is ego, it is delusion, it is ignorance, it is the cause of the suffering, it is the cause of the pain, it is the cause of the problem. And then I try to find a solution in a heaven. Heaven is not there. I'm already in hell. I'm just pointing myself, not to you. I don't want to keep my mind free. Understand that. Everything in the world that we possess, own, related to our mortgage. Our house, yes. Our car, yes, we know it. What about our body? What about our body? Tell me. Does the body belongs to you? If it really belongs to you, say it from today, body, you should remain healthy. You should remain sweet 16. It is mortgaged by these five elements to us. Can you live in freedom? This is the way. My car is leased, so it is lease is going to expire. Am I aware of the lease of the body is going also to expire? Are you? Our parents are also mortgaged with or due respect, I'm saying. Ease the burden from your mind. That is the meaning that you are dropping the delusion from your life. Ease the burden. Become aware. Money is also mortgaged. I did not have a bank account at the time of the birth. Tell me if you had this bank account. I also had all the black hairs at the age of 25. Should I respect? Should I accept? Should I acknowledge? I'm getting out of the delusion. I'm getting out of that ignorance, but everything is me and mine. Yes, it is me and mine as long as I use them as an instrument. But it is me and mine. Body is me. So what happens? Why the body becomes sick? Why the body is becoming old? Why the body might have a gray hair? You have unwanted, unnecessary, crazy questions which will constantly haunt you throughout your life, and you will remain in delusion. So, by thinking, consciously thinking, you recognize those moments of delusion and the ignorance, and you are free. You acknowledge, you accept the life as it is. What is this meaning? You are working on the mind, free from the 9 factors, which I explained to you. Sansara is suffering. You will be free here and now. House is mortgage? Yes. I have to pay all the debt, 30 years of mortgage. We don't know how long the body is mortgaged, how long this body is mortgaged. But it is mortgage. It is loaned to me. So our master says why it is loaned to us. Why you have mortgage of the house? So I am loaned the body and the mind to evolve, to discover the peace and happiness, to awaken to my real nature. That is the only goal of human life. Main goal of human life. This is what you are hammering the delusion. This is the way to hammer the delusion. Hammer the delusion does not mean that you bring the hammer and hit on your head. No, no. Hammering the delusion by discernment and dispassion, by knowledge. You understand? You by knowledge, not by the physical hammer. The highest level of a seeker, highest level of a seeker has two movement in his intellect. Here is a delusion and here is a dispassion. Here is an ignorance and here is a wisdom. Intellect chooses the wisdom and the dispassion, and you are free. When you are free there and then. Like you see the optic delusion and you instantly recognize, oh, rainbow, oh, it's an optic delusion. Finished. Can you get rid of the rainbow? No. You still continue to see it. But you are free. Why you are free? Because of the knowledge, because of the awareness. Do you see that? Oh, that guy is crazy. I don't want to talk. Remove that delusion. And you start talking, communicating. Finished. You have to live into a life of a seeker. So we have optic delusion, illusion, we have cognitive biases, we have dreams, and we have hallucinations, we have societal prejudices, perceptual delusion. You know what is optic delusion? One example is that when you see the stick in a water, it appears it is bent. That is what happened. We perceive the train tracks to merge, though they are parallel. It's an optic delusion. Same way we see everyone is bent in this world of relation, people, situation, except me. Except me. So yes, except you, I agree with you. So are you in stress? I have a lot of stress. And still you claim that except you. Are you making me fool? You are already surrounded by millions of delusion and you claim except me. Look at me, touch me not, I'm so good. Get rid of this delusion. The goodness is always there. Goodness means I'm in peace and happiness. That is the definition. Goodness does not mean that I have what do you see? I forget, Rolex watch. Think. Now you all are becoming higher and the higher level of a seeker. So do you see what I'm saying? I veil myself with a big ego with such a softness that delusion of identity must go before awakening should take place. You all asked, shared your experiences, so that is how I designed the today's lesson. Auditory delusion, auditory illusion. What is auditory delusion? Hearing a ringing in my ears when there is no external sound, experiencing verbal hallucination of hearing voices. Why you are talking of this? I know it. No, you don't know it. Day before yesterday, I saw a woman face. She usually attends my session and she has a big face. So I recognized that there is a delusion. So, honey, what happened? Her big face means she wanted to say something. Uh, she wanted to claim that she is not in delusion, but she was. So when I asked her that what happened, she started crying. Sir, my honey criticizes me and says I'm crazy while talking to his ex-wife. Auditory delusion. I'm explaining you the auditory delusion. I can give you millions and millions of examples of this. What should I have done? I said, first, dry your tears. You should have participated in the discussion that how bad you are. And then you should have told his ex-wife, that is why he's living with me. You see, you have to take the word easy. If you don't take the word easy, this is going to cause you the suffering. That is the meaning of understanding the delusion by the highest level of a seeker. Oh, just take it casually the entire life. It doesn't mean that you don't solve the problem. You solve the problem. You solve the problem with the discernment and dispassion. You cannot solve any problem delusion by delusion, not possible. You cannot get rid of the rainbow by wearing a colored goggles. You have to start thinking like this and see that how the life becomes so cognitive and emotional delusions. So I have to give her a total 1 hour talk that how the any word say this guy is beard guy is crazy. So do I hear, do I read it? Crazy, the word crazy, yes. But that craziness is associated with me. What is this me? It is attachment. It is one of the 9 factors. So she started laughing when I said that your mind has given an interpretation what you heard from your honey talking to his ex-wife. You don't give the interpretation, or you follow him. You are free from it. Think. Think, my friends. Cognitive and emotional biases. A common hello example is attractiveness and the tendency to assign positive qualities to an attractive person. Hello. We say hello effect. For example, you might see a physically beautiful person and assume that they are the generous, smart, and trustworthy. Not possible. Do you see that? This bias is so much rampant in our modern life. Are you getting it? You might see a physically attractive, beautiful person and assume, and I assume, so I create the cognitive bias that they are generous, smart, and trustworthy. Look yourself into the mirror and find out the hello effect. You see that you are dropping the burden of unwanted, unnecessary thoughts from your mind, from your head. What is left? What is left? Consciousness alone is left. Consciousness alone is left. You cannot get rid of the consciousness. This is the journey. This is the life of a higher seeker. Higher seeker. Psychological delusion, hallucinations, interpersonal delusion, interpersonal relationship delusion. You don't love me. I should hate you. It's better. You don't love me. So the moment you say you don't love me, it is because of the first 4 factors: foolishness, From likes and dislikes, attachment, emotional dependence. Because of the emotional dependence, I have to say, you don't love me. So you don't find a person like me who will definitely say, I hate you, don't love me. Understand this. You have to become a higher seeker. You have to maintain that awareness. If you encounter these thoughts and these delusions, interpersonal delusions, personal delusion in our relationship, we have self-image, we have, I see I am physically smarter than you, but you don't appreciate me. You see, that is also a self-image, personal delusion. But I have a guilt that I look ugly and incompetent. That is also a personal delusion. Do you see that? That is why Master says that we open up all the layers, layers by layers, subtle layers. So when I say I'm smarter than you, I own the body, but body is mortgage. Do you see the crazy stuff that is constantly going on into our head? And then we get caught into the delusion. And with that delusion, we think, speak, and act in our daily life. And when we start acting in our daily life, we create a cycle. We create a cycle. All those nine factors, it it creates another cycle with another processing of the thought, with one more delusion adding into our life. I own them. I have to disown them. And when you disown them, you are free. When, how, here and now, with your awareness. Why the delusion persists? Ask yourself. We fail to question our assumption and blindly accept perceptions as true. I told this woman, at least you should be happy. He left his ex. He is living with you. Is it not a fact? Let him talk to her. So we fail to question our assumption. Our assumption colors our life by passing the fact. Why we remain engrossed in the surface identities and attachments. We neglect self-inquiry, and that is why we have all these delusions. A seeker has to do the self-inquiry. How? The unexamined extremes of craving and aversion further sustain delusive thinking. Where the veil of ignore obscures the clear inner sky of my pristine awareness. It just obscures. When from lifetime after lifetime. That is why we say we have many, many births of ignorance. We repeat the same thing. And we continue to claim this word is suffering. We have to hammer it. And that is the lesson. That is the series we have been doing it. Hammer the delusion. Hammer the delusion by knowledge, by understanding. You cannot hammer the delusion. So after 40 minutes, and I asked the women that you were crying, yes. I said, give me 3 benefits of crying. Now, see, you have to question this to yourself. Then only you will have a smile on your face. Otherwise, not possible. Give me 3 benefits of crying. Give me 3 benefits of big face. You have to overspend on your cheeks. Because if you continue to have a big face, those muscles will. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Just making you. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. So what happens when the mind discovers that it is a delusion? The supreme consciousness is the ocean into which the mind dissolves like a river. Mind dissolves like a river. Now there is no question of any delusion. What is that state is known as? That state is known as what we say the awakening. That state is known as the awakening, my dear friends. You see that? That is what we need to understand. Where, when, here, and now. I believe no one has a sad face, so close your eyes, yes. Eyes are closed, and are you ready? Place, position, posture, being comfortable, carefree. Oh, why you are so fast? Yes, because you are a seeker, higher seeker. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You can give a different angle. Get emotional with the mantra. Let there be happiness for all. Your mind will definitely get emotional one day by singing this mantra. On Saturday's session, I talked about, what did I talk? No, I talked about Mangala Charan. You see, it's not a ritual. Now it aligns with your intellect in the state of discernment and dispassion, and you will have a natural smile when you say, may there be happiness for all. Why? Happiness is our essential nature. It is the intrinsic nature. The way the intrinsic nature of the space, the sugar, that is sweetness, do not change. So, what happens when the mind hears in the state of discernment and dispassion? You start living in higher awareness. That is the meaning of this mantra. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesam Shantir Bhavatu. You might have heard Rihanna or Beyonce, so now you become the Beyonce. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. It goes so deep inside your head. You find yourself absorbed. Why should I say you are absorbed at a later stage in the last part of the meditation? Why not now? Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. This mind now is looking to merge into an ocean of the consciousness. Mind has that desire to merge into an ocean of the consciousness. Mind stops desiring anything for the sake of peace and happiness outside. Why? Incompleteness. Mind desires to merge into an ocean of consciousness, completeness. That is why we say the awakening, desire to have an awakening is a desire of all the desires in our life. Can the mind live in that desire for 3 days only? Only 3 days. After 3 days, you will say that I'm listening to you because you are expressing what I am. Who said this? One of the great master Ramakrishna. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. My dear friends, auspiciousness. May there be an auspiciousness for all. Auspiciousness for all. In that state of awareness, whatever impurity remains, we we get rid of it. How? By the breathing. So looking deep inside the forehead, looking deep inside the forehead in the space, Om Shanti, gently, stillness in the body continues, and start breathing into the chest, breathing into the chest. Short and gentle breathing into. Continue breathing, and you will discover the mind still wants to continue to be absorbed into the Om Shanti inside this forehead in this space. And the mind does not create any challenges to the body. Any resistance, recognize, endure it. We continue to endure it consciously, you will find the joy of doing. What is that joy of doing? mind is. Now you are working on the mind. Gentle breathing, short breathing into the rib cage. Om Shanti continues and the stillness continues. Mind works on you. How do you know that? You have some reaction against the breathing, the resistance against the breathing. And when you endure it, you move to the joy of doing it. Now you are working on the mind. Continue breathing, continue to check the resistance, continue to endure it, continue to move to the joy of doing it, so that you know this is one way to work on the mind. Continue. Unstop this, pay attention to the flow of the breath. Can I maintain the awareness of the flow of the breath without any obstruction, without any reaction, or without any flow of the thoughts? What it means, the mind still has a desire to merge into an ocean of the consciousness. But why it is interrupted? Because of the past impression that triggers the mind. And that can only be understood by being aware of the flow of the breath only. So, by the flow of the breath, if they are equal, obviously, the mind is absorbed deeper within. So, make it so your meditation is a flawless, natural flow from one step to the other. You should recognize that. And now start breathing deep, silent, slow. First, you inhale into the belly, then continue inhaling into the rib cage up to the throat while breathing out. Breathe out first from the belly, then the rib cage. But then you associate. You see, as power of association works much better in the mind. So at the moment you inhale, the mind moves from the center top of the head inside the spine, reaching to the tailbone while breathing out. The mind rises from the tailbone to the spine, reaching to the top center of the head. Now, as you inhale, your mind sinks mentally. How it sings? Om Shanti. The moment you said Shanti, during inhalation, the mind reaches to the tailbone. During exhalation, the mind starts singing Om Shanti, reaches to the top center of the head. Because the breath is deep, silent, and slow, you will discover that in hardly in 1 minute you can only have 3 to 4 breaths. But you need not to count it. You cannot know at this time. But how do you know it? Oh, I'm creating a paradox statement. Your mind will find lighter and the lighter. You will discover as if the mind is dropping the identification with the body. So, what is our experience? We say, oh, as if I don't have a body, as if, I have transcended the body, as if you all share those experiences. So now we consciously, deliberately want to enter into that state. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can also say three times. You can also say it one time. So we want to break all the rules. Or you can, in the beginning, you can continue to say only one time, depending on you. Now leave this deep, silent, slow breath, moving the mind deep inside the cave of your heart. Visualize the triangle pointing upward, moving the mind on each side of a triangle, just dropping casually. Om Shanti. Second Om Shanti. Third Om Shanti. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Discovering a thing. Oh, my mind can easily do it flawlessly. That is the moment when you singing moving the mind inside the cave of the heart, being aware the mind seems to stop, dropping shanti. After dropping shanti, you're totally absorbed. Is it a conscious self absorption? Answer is yes. If meditation journey is not conscious, then it is not meditation at all. You see, from doing something, you enter into a state of doing nothing. So that very doership has an element of ego, the I thought, the effect factor. Word is suffering. I'm with you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Samir? I don't want you to go before you share your experiences. Yes. Yes.
Sir, very deep experience, sir. And today, that triangle was going deep, deep, deep into me, very deep.
Very good.
And
That's really good. Obviously, that's a deeper experiences. It seems to dissolve into it. Beautiful. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. Good, great experience. Thank you for the lesson again. As far as my meditation goes, it was extremely deep, absorbed, quiet, and calm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, David and Jerry?
Good morning. The lesson was, you said something that said, be aware of the delusion. So I focused on that, and I found myself going into the meditation of not only being aware of the delusion, but then being aware of the awareing of the delusion. And that was very freeing. So my meditation was very, very extremely deep. Thank you.
Yes, good, beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, it was really a nice meditation. I had kind of layers after the short breathing. Well, actually, a long breathing session. I felt very cold, vacant, almost empty. The body was cold, heavy, and empty.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was interesting. And from there, just absorbed. So nice and calm and relaxed. Thank you.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, when we do the breathing for a longer period, we undergo these experiences. And in the end, it transcends you. We feel a sense of transcending the body. Beautiful. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. I also had like kind of froze down and got cold during the meditation, but in a moment of the depth and the quietness, it occurred to me that if we know that the I thought or the world is suffering, then why would we give our peace away to that? And I know that's like so obvious, but there's so many people walking around suffering, including a lot of us sometimes on this call. So maybe it's not that obvious, right? And it just, that was like, why do I, if it's coming and I know it's coming, why do I keep giving it away?
Constant, conscious awareness of the delusion on one side makes me aware of my real nature on the other side. So this is, this is how this journey works. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you. The meditation was seamless and comfortable. Breathing was equal. There was natural focus on the space and simultaneous awareness of the thoughts and the sensations and understanding that they're separate.
Beautiful. One thing you should be noticing that in every step you find those changes. That is what he explained. The flow of the breath was equal, and there is a sense of self absorption. So there was no resistance. So that is, it is a smooth sailing into the meditation. So once we reach to that state, definitely we can go deeper. How are you, Christina?
Thank you. I felt almost like I was going down a tunnel and
Yeah.
the layers of what is not real, which are, for today, I had so many thoughts and I could see the delusion and I couldn't seem to quite escape. But through the practice today, I felt that escape happen, and cold as well as some have
Yeah.
also shared, and some indigo color.
Yeah, yeah. There are two ways of looking at falling into the tunnel. So when you fall into the tunnel, you seem to transcend the body, the breath, the mind, as if we are losing everything. So that is a good state because I'm losing the identification. And the other way of falling into the tunnel is what you have explained. So we will constantly be vigilant during these experiences. How are you, Terry? Body is mortgage, either your body or my body. Both are loaned.
I focus on what you said about taking it lightly, and
Okay.
every time I would stray to a thought, I would let it go, but took it lightly, that that I wasn't I just let it go.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. That is how we should do it all the time. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. The practice was calm. It was like a constant reminding that take the experience casually. So it remains myself free from the experiences and it will be
Yeah,
peaceful.
yeah, yeah. All experiences takes place in the mind. The very experiencer is also the mind. That experiencer is the I thought. I thought is the experiencer. The rest of the thought are my experiences. And awareness is behind. Consciousness is behind these two. And that consciousness is I am. Beautiful, my friends. We'll meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Thank
you.
you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.